Back guys to week 3 of our Arduino journey. Today we have a new component to go over and that is the buzzer. So there's two types of buzzers that we have here. I'll go over each of them in a second. So just to go over what we have on our table yesterday, the usual stuff, and as you might remember from the last video, we do have a potentiometer here as well. So yeah, there's two types of buzzers that we'll be going over today. First is the active buzzer, which is also known as the self-driving buzzer. So this basically means that it has an internal oscillator and it will only beep at a fixed frequency when given direct current. It does not work with alternating current. But if you attach this to PWM pins, as we discussed last time, PWM meaning pulse width modulation, it can modulate loudness but not the pitch of the buzzing. And then we have our passive buzzer, which does not have an oscillator and it must be only driven at an alternating current or square wave. And it can be driven at any specific pitch. So to go over what we'll be doing today is first we'll make a circuit with the active buzzer, and I'll just show you guys what the sound is, how it makes it, and then we'll go through some things with the passive buzzer, and then we will eventually also learn how to play custom melodies with the passive buzzer. And as an extra, let's say, step, we'll also in between use this potentiometer to control the loudness of the passive buzzer. So let's get right into it. So to distinguish between the active and the passive buzzer, it is actually usually labeled, but if not, you can actually connect both to just the 5 volt and the GND, and whichever buzzes is the active and whichever does not is the passive, since I did mention that the passive buzzer only uses alternating current. So we'll do that right now. It's a little hard to do with while recording. 5 volt here, and as usual with the LEDs as well, to tell with the positive and the negative terminal on the buzzers are, we have one longer and one shorter here, and also it's written on top of each buzzer. I don't know if it's visible or not. It's not, but you also have a plus signal, yeah, right here. Okay, so let's click. GND. Okay, so I'm going to plug it into the laptop now. So I don't know if you guys can hear that. Let me try. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's audible. So it is making a sound, which means this is the active buzzer. Okay, so just to show you guys, I'm gonna actually put in the passive buzzer here and we'll see if that is making a sound or not. Okay, plugging it into the laptop. So you guys can see it is not actually making a sound. This is the passive buzzer and it does not work with direct current. Okay, so getting on to the circuits that we can actually make with passive buzzers. I will first see you guys in the IDE to go over a few commands, and then we'll get right into the circuits that we can make with passive buzzers. Yes, guys. So just for the first program or sketch, we'll just first okay, we're using our blue wire to go into, let's say, pin 11. So we'll just do int blue wire is equal to 11. We're not using an analog pin, just a normal pin, so no A this time, just 11. And then in the setup, we will do pin mode blue wire output. We're using it as output, so that, and then okay. So now we can actually I'll show you guys the circuit in a while, but I've actually made the circuit here. So I'm not sure if you guys will be able to hear the sound or not, but I'll just go over this. So we can write here integers from 0 to 255. So last time we went over the fact that we are using a 10-bit system, which means there's 1024 combinations, which is 0 to 1023. So this command actually only accepts 8 bits. So that is 2 to the power of 8, yeah, which is 256. So 0 to 255. So we'll see that the lower the number, the less loud the buzzer is, and then the higher the number, the greater the loudness of the buzzer is. So we'll see that. And then post this, we'll also just keep do the potentiometer, and we'll keep our integer here, our output here as maximum 255, and then we can adjust it using the potentiometer. So just to run this command, I'll see you guys back with the uh, circuit, yeah, and then yeah, so we're back here with the circuit. And just to show you why we chose pin number 11, so you guys can see the squiggly sign besides pin number 11. We went through that in the last video. That is the pins that support pulse width modulation. So we'll put the blue wire in there and into the breadboard, just connecting it normally, just the positive terminal towards the blue and then negative towards G and D. Okay, so I'll connect it now. First, I'll set the integer on the ID to, let's say, 4. Okay, and you guys should be able to hear. Let me upload the sketch. Okay, so this is the loudness, you can tell, at 4. Now let's try 255, which is the highest, maximum allowed. Yeah, uploading the sketch. Okay, so you can definitely tell the difference in the loudness of the buzzer. Okay, now let's make a simple circuit with a potentiometer. Okay, so attaching the potentiometer here. Now remember that we need to connect our buzzer with the center, not R1 or R2. So what we'll actually do is take an extra red wire here. Take it from, since there's no space to actually connect it like that, we'll put it in another line, connect it there, Okay, buzzer gone in. We take this. Okay, I messed up since we made the blue wire, we might as well connect that to the positive terminal going into 11. This goes here on the negative side. Accidentally switched buzzers. Okay, so I'm not really sure about this circuit here, but I'll just give you guys an overview. So we have a wire going from pin number 11 to R1, and then we have our center pin of the potentiometer connected to the positive terminal of the buzzer. Then then we have the negative terminal of the potentiometer connected to the negative terminal, and then one wire going from there to the GND. So I'm not sure if this might work, but we can give it a try. Let me just set the maximum integer over here, and then we'll play. Okay, I'm just uploading the sketch. Yeah, so it is working. So you can see once I turn it all the way to the right, there is no sound, but once I pull it all the way to the left, the sound starts coming. So now we can actually change the loudness of our buzzer, and if I increase the value here, let's just do that. I didn't actually set it to the maximum. 1 second. Yeah, we can see more of a modulation in the loudness of our buzzer. Yeah, so that's that. Now I'll just show you guys how we can just use external libraries like we do in any other programming language to make custom melodies. So I'll just make the circuit in advance, and then we'll go back to the IDE. We don't need a potentiometer or anything else. We just need a passive buzzer. This won't work with an active buzzer because, like I said, we can't change the frequency of the active buzzer. It's at a fixed frequency, so we'll still use pin 11 with the blue wire. Let's connect it like this. That going through GND. Okay, yeah, so this is just all we need, and I'll see you guys back with the IDE. And yes, guys, so you can see that my IDE is currently empty. I've removed all the beginner code out from here as well. It's because I'm going to teach you guys how you can basically install other libraries and play melodies on your buzzers. So basically, it's like just including a library. Like we can obviously write our own code, but we don't need to actually do all that. I'll just show you guys how. So we just go and we search Arduino buzzer code. Okay. Yeah, so we just click on the first one for, let's say, yeah, and we actually don't need to download any. Mm. codes for this one. They'll just see like they've mentioned which pin we have to attach it to. That's all we have to do. So we copy this, we go to our ID and just paste it directly. Okay, and now my pin is already attached to pin number 9. So once I plug it in and upload the, yeah, so you guys must be able to hear that. That's basically just like a simple alarm sound, but we can do with things much more complicated than that without actually coding it ourselves. So we go here into, let's say this, play popular songs with Arduino and a buzzer. So we can see that they've already given us all the instructions here. So let's see. This we'll just play, let's say, Shape of You. Okay, so we go to the GitHub link that they've given, and they've given us the code. Now we have to copy this, but as you can see, they've included a library here. So we will actually need to install that library. So if we go back here, they've actually given us how to install that library. So we can install it from GitHub as well. So we go here and we have the file over here. We just let's open it up and we can download it from here. We just download the raw file. I actually have it downloaded, so I'm not gonna do it again. After doing that, we can just use this command. Like we use hashtag include to include libraries in Arduino once we have them downloaded. So now we can use that command to directly install it, but you would actually have to do a few more steps. You go to your Arduino ID and then you go to sketch, you go to include library. Since we use the zip file, you just do add zip file and then select the file and just add it. That's it. So now I've actually already done that. So I can just directly copy paste this code right here. Yeah. Okay. Uh, let's see. So now once I upload this, I should be able to hear the. Okay, so I hope you guys could hear both those sounds since I'm recording through my computer. I don't know if the sounds are coming or not, but believe me, it is playing Shape of You. Yeah, so that will do it for this video. This might have been maybe, I'm not sure, a little longer, but we have unlocked a new component which will help us out in our final eventual build. So I'll see you guys in the next one.